Hello and welcome to Ashley Speechless. Today's video is going to be my Chapter 2 Season 3 review. It's going to be similar to my Chapter 2 Season 2 review, but instead of doing it the way I did it before, I'll be looking at the Battle Pass as a whole. So that'll be like all the skins and all that stuff, and I'll give my review on each skin and stuff like that. Then I'll be reviewing the edit styles, which will be of the skins, pickaxes and gliders. And then I'll be looking at the hub area, which is basically where you look at all of the stuff, like for example the style challenges, the punch cards, your weekly challenges, the battle pass, being able to build your I'll finish off my umbrella because I haven't fully built it yet, and then also I'll be reviewing the comic section, which is new, and then lastly I'll be looking at maps, or the map, and basically give my opinion on what I like if I like new places or not, like stuff like that. And after that I'll be rating all of the stuff in order from best to worst, like I did last season. So it'll be the skins, wraps, contrails, pickaxes, gliders, music packs, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all. And then I'll give my overall review out of 10, and whether or not this season was better than last season. So the first tier of the battle pass is Ocean Skin, and the Ocean Skin, as you can see, is pretty nice looking. You know, there's 3 edit styles, but you know, I'll get onto the edit styles later on. But the basic, it's quite a basic looking skin, but it's an alright looking skin, to be fair, you know. So I do really like the skin, but I can see why people don't like it because it is quite basic. But yeah, at this moment I'm just trying to see if I can edit all the edit styles now, but I'm not able to. So, but yeah, anyway, it's quite a nice looking skin, and you know, it is basic, but it is a tier 1 skin, to be fair. So you know, it's not going to be like the most advanced skin. But yeah, so the next skin after in a second, when I move on to it, will be Fade, and you know, Fade is a pretty nice skin. So we'll just wait. Here we go, yep, now it's Fade. So yeah, Fade's also quite a basic skin, but it's quite a nice skin. I really do like Fade. I prefer Fade over Ocean, to be fair. But the edit styles for Fade are way better than the ones for Ocean. But yeah, as I said, I'll look at those after you know, I've looked through the whole battle pass. And then we move on to our first emote, which is Flipping Away, which is a rip-off of a ground and pound emote, which you know is very unoriginal, but I guess an emote's an emote, so you know, it is what it is. And you know, now we got our first contrail, which is Sky Swimmers, which is basically, you know, you got a lot of fish with you. It's quite a cool looking emote, especially like say if you like to use like the fish skin and stuff like that. 100 V-Bucks, you know, not much to say, just 100 V-Bucks. Brella, which is build umbrella, so it's kind of like last season's build like your own account, like Gear Specialist Maya, but now it's build umbrella. Then the next thing is the Beach Coma, which is the back bling, which is quite nice. Yeah, Beach Comba, yeah, I think I said that right if I didn't, I'm an idiot, but yeah. The next thing is the Ocean Wave Wrap, which is pretty cool. It's just like the ocean moving across a gun. So I'm going to go every weapon wrap, I'm going to go and show all the different weapon models, and you know, just see how they look. There you go. And then move on to the Shark Ride music, which is pretty sweet. So yeah, I'll just let you listen to it for a bit, and then yeah, I'll come back in a second. But yeah, like all of the music packs like this season, as far as I know, have been pretty good. I just use the OG remix weapon wrap, so I can't say I really listen to the new ones. But yeah, now we're moving on to our first loading screen, Beyond the Waves, which is essentially Ocean at the Fortiller, because she's the boss, or the mini boss of it. Then you can get the the mythic AR and all that good stuff from her. The first pickaxes, Tide Axes, which are Ocean's Rising, which is Ocean's pickaxes. They're quite nice looking, so I basically swim with it so you can hear all the audio and stuff. The first is a banner, which is a dolphin, which I guess is quite cool, but I'm not really too bothered about banners, to be fair, but I know some people are. And then we're on to our second 100 V-Bucks. Now we're on to our first emoticon, which is pretty decent, orange tier. Then it's our top cell, which is our first glider, I think, which is pretty cool looking actually. But yeah, gliders are gliders. You know, I like a lot of the gliders. Like, to be fair, a lot of the gliders have been changed, and there's a topper upgrade for your build umbrella. Second loading screen from the deep, which is Scuba Jonesy in the, is that the oil rig? Yeah, I think it's the oil rig exploding, which that is quite a nice looking loading screen. There's Krabby King Leave Your Mark spray, or that's the little tag of it, Leave Your Mark. It's quite nice. It's Ocean's helmet with a crab on top. Then it's Undercurrent, which is quite a nice looking as well, because it blends the blue and yellow quite nicely, which is, you know, a pretty decent. It's Scuba Jonesy's like part of his set essentially. I'd say it's probably a very, to be fair, most of the wraps in the season have been pretty good, to be fair, but yeah, I'm just going to go around, as I said, look at all of them. Then it's our third 100 V-Bucks. And Scuba Jonesy. You know, he's quite a common character, not common character, but he's quite a he's a character who's pretty heavy in the storyline. Air Shredder, this is probably one of the best emotes in this season, if not the best, to be fair. It's just such a sick emote. There's a lot of like emotes that aren't the best in this season, but this is one of my favourites of the season. It's just, you know, what's not to love about it, to be fair. It's just ripping it up on a guitar or air guitar. Yeah, it's another emoticon, Shark Marine, which is just like a shark. It looks like a shark rocket. And then it's Deep Dive, which is like a oxygen tank you use to like dive down in like the sea, and it goes with the Scuba Jonesy set, which is quite cool, the dive crew set. So I'm just spinning around so you can have a look at all the angles. Waterfall is another Contra uncommon. It's pretty nice. You know, it'll go nice with like a lot of blue skins or like white skins, solely because, you know, the water. The banner's quite cool. It kind of looks like a warrior, maybe a warrior's mask, and another 100 V-Bucks. And our next glider, which is Water Wings, which is this is quite a nice glider. 3 edit styles. Does it show? Oh, okay. It does show different edit styles. Cool. But I will go back after I've reviewed this whole everything in the battle pass, and then I'll go and show you all the edit styles and what I think of the edit styles. Then I'll never spray a hammerhead, which is a hammerhead shark, as you know, with what it says on the tin, basically. Then I Call Shotgun is probably one of my favourite, because you got the dummy skin, and that skin came out yesterday. The I can't remember the name of it, the one with the green hair. Then it's our Never Pickaxe, which is Eon Blades. These are quite sweet looking. I didn't know for a while, that I didn't even read that bonus, but it says you equip on 2-hand and dual, so yeah, it's pretty cool. And here's another banner. Then 100 more V-Bucks. And So Square emote, which is, as it says, just drawn a square, which I guess is could be quite a comical emote, but I wouldn't say it's lazy, but I just found like I don't really use emotes like that. Then we got Meow Bonga, which is essentially a Meowscles riding a a surfboard. Now we're on the Convergence glider, which is pretty sweet, and also before we had, yeah, this is just such a sweet glider, to be fair. Look at it. It's just one of the most unique. The one before was they upgraded the thingy. The Eternal Bloom is an emoticon, which is pretty nice looking. Dive Kings is another pickaxe. Pop the Dive Crew set, like 2 dual daggers. No, not like throwing knives, they kind of look like. Which are quite cool. They sound quite nice as well. Another 100 V-Bucks. Then onto Jules, probably one of my favourite skins this season, if not my favourite skin. Just her tattoos are cool. The edit styles look cool as well. Just look at her. How can you not like her? Her pickaxe is quite cool as well, to be fair. But now we move on to the Master Engineer Spray, which is Jules, essentially with her spanner. And Ohm's Perch, that's a very nice back bling. It's like an owl, which is pretty cool. Which goes with, you know, if you kill it, if you get the grapple hook, you grapple, it's like you have a glide with him on top. Star Drop Contra, which is just, look at it, just very nice looking. It's just super good. Get Fixed, which is Jules with Ohm, which is the owl behind, which at the Authority it looks like. Yep, it is the Authority. Pretty cool. Industrious is the next weapon wrap, which is like cogs, like moving. And they're just such a clean wrap. Most of the wraps in this season are just pretty clean looking, to be fair. It's one of the best seasons for wraps, to be fair, I'd say, in my opinion. There are a few other wraps in other seasons, but this one is pretty goddamn sweet, I'm not going to deny. Look at it. The cogs and all that good stuff. Next to the wrenches pickaxe. Wrenchers. And as once again, you can use them as a 2-handed or a dual wield style, which is pretty cool. Okay, did I mean to go back? Yeah, okay. 100 V-Bucks again, you know, good old. Banger is another music pack, and it's pretty sweet, so I'll let you listen to it for a little bit, and then I'll come back in like 5 seconds. So yeah, so the Banger pack is pretty cool, you know, it's just rock music. It's just cool, to be fair, that he did add the music packs in whenever, you know, when this season he added it in. Now, the next glider is the Ohm glider, which is the owl I was on about, which is pretty cool. Ohm will take flight directly from the Ohm's Perch back bling when they're encrypted together. That is quite cool, to be fair. It's probably one of the most unique ones. Voyager is a edit style for fade, or an extra style for fade. Quite nice looking. It's not my favourite edit style for him, but it is quite nice. He's got like a mask on, kind of like a samurai mask. Then it's a loading screen, the lab, which is essentially a cat making kit, so you can essentially ride it. So that's probably how they made kit, to be fair. So obviously There's a cat on top of the kit. And there's an emoticon, Ohm's Revenge, which is emoticons I don't really like that much, but I guess they're quite cool. 100 V-Bucks, the new emote, Tippity Tap, which is not really the best, but it's a emote you can use while moving, so I guess it's quite cool, just messing about with, to be fair. The emotes in this season are quite lackluster as a whole, but they are alright. There's a canopy upgrade where you build umbrella. And then a banner, which is a Scuba Jonesy's mask, like his welding mask, or it could be actually Jules. There's a spray, Mecha Fish, which is a fish, which is metal. There's another loan screen, Floatsburg, which is the Fortilla, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that looks like a Fortilla, yeah. Quite a nice loan screen. All the loan screens are like very different, to be fair, in this season. 100 V-Bucks. And it's Kit, which is just a kitten on top of like a robot, which is, it's quite a unique skin. I don't really like the skin that much, but a lot of people do like the skin. I see people run it all the time, and yeah, it's quite a nice. It's also got a pretty sweet built-in emote, glider, fishy flyer, which is just like quite a simple emote, but it's like to go with the cat skin, so the mecha cat set. It's quite a nice glider. And just emoticon Cloud Cat, which is a cat's paw in the clouds. The Infinite Bloom back bling, which is probably my favourite back bling, or one of my favourite back blings this season. It's just super sweet looking. Then it's Meowstermind, which is quite green. It's to go the Meow School set. It's the Mecha Kitty set. It has a green finish with a fish bone or fish bones on it, which is essentially cats like to kill or like to eat fish, so essentially just like that. It's quite a nice green, camo green look, which can go well with a lot of skins. 100 more V-Bucks. Photon Contrail. That is a pretty nice looking. It goes from green to purple, and yeah, just nice looking. Keyed Up, which is another good emote this season. Lock in the Melody. A rare emote. Is pretty sweet. I can't say I really use this emote much to doing this review. I listened to it and it's actually a very good emote. I just kind of slept on this emote. I saw it and I was like, it's not going to be that good, but it actually is pretty cool. There's another banner, which is a cat with a ball of yarn, and Skater Bit, which is from that pack, which is out at the moment. With the rollerblading lady who has freestyles. Is a pretty sweet looking emote. It's quite colourful and all that. And yeah, I really do like the loan screens in this season. And it's a Power Claws pickaxe, which is a part of the Mecha Kitty set. And it's just like buzz saws going around. Once again, you can equip them in two-hand or dual-wield styles. They're quite sweet looking, got nice sounds. Sionica, which is such a clean looking rat. It goes with the Siona set or the Ancient of Voyager set. And just look at it, it's just cool. You got like a mix of orange, green, white, and it just looks nice, man. One of my favourite wraps in this season. And yeah, it is pretty nice. Then it's 100 more V-Bucks again. Then Star Strider Glider, which is part of the Ancient Voyager set as well. Just as clean as the weapon wrap was, white, green, orange. Then the Beyond Zero, which is probably one of my, I don't know, it's just such a nice look. It's the final style of fades, basically the mask and stuff. It just looks pretty goddamn sweet, I'm not going to die. Then it's a bottom cap upgrade for your build umbrella. Fade Out, probably, if I have to say my favourite wrap, Fade Out would have to be my favourite, not wrap, sorry, favourite spray. Then a Mini Moon back bling, which is quite a nice looking, just like a world orbiting around, or the moon, sorry, orbiting around. It's quite nice looking. It can go nice with some of the darker skins. A banner, which is like Siona's mask. 100 more V-Bucks. Siona, which is a pretty slept on skin. Not many people use the Siona skin, but she's quite clean looking. It's just, I don't know. Obviously, I've got my floaty ring back bling on. Lol. Sightseer, which is Siona. It's just crazy amount of colours in this loan screen. Just look, it's good for your eye. It's just amazing for your eyes, to be honest. You can see so many different things like out of space. Then it's the Vision Strikers, which is still a part. What's that? Is it part of it? Doesn't say, does it? No. But yeah, there's like 6 different styles because you can two-hand them, which has obviously 3 styles, and also dual wield has 3 styles as well. So, but yeah, am I gonna? Yeah, cool. At this point I decided to just see if I could actually see all 6, and I could. But I'll still, after I've reviewed this, I'll go to and look at all these different styles. So Night Slice, Emoticon, which is just 2 swords. Planetary Vibe, which is like kind of the similar. What emote did they have last season? I can't remember what one, but they had one similar to this, and it's a pretty cool emote, pretty catchy. It can be annoying here and there, but overall it's a very good emote, to be fair. So music is cool. What lyrics are pretty cool, and like the aesthetics with it, like all the planets orbiting around you, are pretty cool. Bring them into your orbit, and yeah, it's just obviously about the planets, all that good stuff. So yeah, it's quite a cool sounding emote, to be fair. Yeah, I was just making sure you could all hear it, go through. But yeah, obviously with the Siona skin as well, which is just essentially what you would do with skin, which goes very well with it. Then it goes to the Knight's Helm, which is another nice looking spray. I don't really use sprays, but it's a cool looking spray at 100 V-Bucks. Night Flight Contrail, which is to do, or goes with the Eternal Night set, which is pretty goddamn decent. And then we have an Honor loading screen, which is Eternal Night once again, which is just a nice looking loading screen with a dual wield, I think the pickaxe, I can't remember the pickaxes, and then another music pack, which is Billy Listen. So once again, I'll wait 5 seconds so you can hear it. So the music packs in this season aren't the best, but they're alright music packs. To be fair, you can just put random music on, but this is probably one of the best gliders in this season. Comet Crasher. It's like it's another glider, kind of like the one in last season, the Kaboom one, where you can basically stand on top of it instead of like using the umbrella or whatever, which is pretty cool. So I reckon I'll keep adding more of those in. There you go. Here's the blades I was on about. Okay, which are part of the Honor Shining set, which are the set that goes with the Eternal Night. I'm pretty sure the skin's called the Tier 100 skin. And yeah, it's just nice looking once again. You can two-hand dual wield it. They sound pretty sweet when you mine. Sigil Red, which is a weapon wrap that goes with it, which is cool because you have red, black, grey, and you also have like red stripes or like red what are they? Like leaves going down it. It's pretty sweet looking as well. Also, but yeah. But it's a shame you can't see in this view, look at like vehicles with it on as well. You only have a look at all the guns, but I guess it is what it is. So then 100 more V-Bucks again, which is cool. V-Bucks to V-Bucks. Stormy is just a Stormy emote. It's not too good, to be fair. It's quite a not a lazy emote. It's just not really the best emote. It goes with the grounds. The first emote was the Slam emote. Then you get a Builder Breader upgrade, which is your Trail Killer, and the Blade Raven, which is just such a cool looking emote. Not emote, sorry. Cool looking glider. And when you bring it out, like all the swords come out, it makes like a cool sound, like ching ching ching. But yeah, so part of the Honor Shining set, then a banner, which is quite cool. It's like an eagle. Oh, sorry, like a hawk, eagle, whatever you want to call it. Eternal Shield, which is quite a nice back bling. Like a lot of the shields are good, like the Black Knight shield, the Red Knight shield. A lot of people do like to use shields, so I reckon this will be pretty popular. Or is pretty popular. 100 V-Bucks, or the last 100 V-Bucks. Then you have the Eternal Knight, which is the Tier 100 skin. Which kind of, is similar to the Black Knight and the Red Knight and stuff. It's still nice looking. Obviously, the other Knight is called the Royale Knight, not the Royale Knight. The one from Season X, can't remember that one. And then the masked style for Fade, which is my favourite style out of the Fade 3. Just so nice looking, it just looks like a ninja, to be fair. But yeah, that's the Battle Pass. Now I'm moving on to the edit style. So obviously Aquaman is the special skin for this season, which is pretty cool because I really like the fact that they still show you, or now from last season, they show you exactly what skin you're going to be getting, so you don't have to, like, say, do 8 weeks just do a butt ton of challenges to not know. So yeah, now this is a Fade. Obviously, we've already seen these Fade Voyager, which is a pretty sweet looking one, but I prefer the Fade Masked. And these are the Ocean ones, Riptide, which is quite a nice looking one. It's like all like pink themed with like flowers over the helmet. And then there's Cove Rider, which like coves all over it, which is quite cool. Not the best, but they're pretty decent, to be fair. Now it's Scuba Jonesy Tactical, which is just his like diving gear in black and grey. And it's just diving gear in Scuba Jones Advanced, which is alright. There's Jules Welder with a welding mask on, red and green. It's quite a nice combo, to be fair. And then then it's Jules Shadow, which is like a shadow mask similar to last season. So she's essentially, she's part of the shadow, or what? It's just like a little Easter egg showing that, relating to last season. That's Kit Happy, which is him basically like the kitten Happy, and like with like a pink style. Then it's Action, which is basically the darker cat. There's Siona's styles, which are Nova, which is like a pink style, which is quite nice looking, to be fair. I'm not going to lie, pink and blue. goes quite well, quite clean. Then there's Sienna Blue, which is blue like gold and pink hair once again. Then there's the Eternal Night, which is black, which is just clean looking, like most of the black knights or like black skins or darker skins are quite clean. There's the Eternal Night Gold. And there is also an Eternal Night Super Enlightenment, I think it's called. So I'm going to go and quickly show that. I'm going to quickly go and find the Eternal Night skin. Where is it? Yeah, there you go. Oh, super level, there you go. So you have super level off, super level on. So that's the default style super level. Quite nice looking. Like grey and black goes quite nicely. Then there's red and black. Super level 1. Look at that. Whew, that looks sweet. And there's also gold, which is like the last style as well. Gold Eternal Night. Super level 1. That's just super clean looking. So now we're going to move to the pickaxes. So I'm going to quickly just type in Chapter 2 Season 3. And it'll bring up all the pickaxes. Now I'll be able to show you the double hand and the single hand styles of each each pickaxe. Okay, I'm an idiot. I spelled season wrong, like a little idiot. But yeah. So essentially, I had no idea really they were able to basically dual hand and single hand them, to be fair, or dual wield or dual hand, which is basically you use two pickaxes or one big pickaxe. So you have the Aquaman, the Trident, which is his pickaxe. You have the Eon Blades. That's the standard. That's the double hand one. Quite nice looking. Connects the two blades together. I prefer that better. It kind of looks like a scythe, to be fair. That looks pretty sweet. That's just standard. Just two of them. I don't really like the dual weapons that much, or dual pickaxes that much, but I prefer the double hand one, which is Eon Edge. Then it's the Power Claws, which is just basically, I'll show you all the different edit styles as well. So that's the default. The default buzzsaws kind of reminds me of the ones you get for the Borderlands collection, similar to that. Then there's the Bright, which is like pink ends with like blue and white. Then there's the Rusty, which is red saws, which are pretty nice looking. I'm just once again going to let you hear it. Then there's the Power Claws, which is the Claw Bear, which is the basically dual wield one, so the pickaxe is put together. Then there's a Bright one, which is just going to be the same to the other one, but I thought I might as well show you guys. And then there's a Rusty style as well, which is a red one, which is pretty cool. It doesn't really sound much different, but I guess if you prefer two-hand ones to dual wield pickaxe, it's cool. Then there's the Reliant Blades, which are the tier 100 blades. That's the dual wield one, which is called, yep. And the Reliant Edge is the two-hand one, which is kind of like just stupidly long sword. That's not any shoot. Now this is a free pickaxe that we got given just for logging in on one of the days. I can't remember what day it was, but we just got given it, so I thought I might as well show that as well. It's a shooting star staff. There's blue and there's also the standard. It goes very well with the Sienna skin. Then there's the Tide Axes, which is free styles again. There's the default, which I'm on the Aqua at the moment. Now, there we go. There's the default. Just pretty similar, it's pretty standard. Then there's the blue style, which is the last style. And yeah, the middle style I shown, but I didn't really get to see the name of it, but that's cool. Oh yeah, I didn't show there you go. There's default for the two-hand weapon, Tide Truncheon, I think it's called. Aqua, and then there's blue style. So Aqua and blue style. This is now the blue style. Quite clean looking. I got to say I do prefer the two-hand of most of these weapons. There's the Vision Strikers, green style, which is the default style, which is quite clean. Goes very well in that. It's basically like the default Sienna. And then there's the Vision Strikers Vivid Vision, which is the pink and blue style. Then there's the Vision Assault, which is the black, red and orange. To be fair, they're all quite nice looking. Now I'm going to move on to the dual hand, which is the Vision Scythe, which is the default. This is the default one. Then there's the Vision Vivid, Vision Scythe, and then finally the Vision Assault Vision Scythe, which is quite nice looking. I prefer, once again, the two hand. Now as to the wrenches. That's the standard, or the dual hand one, or double pickaxe. And then there's this double hand, which is a massive spanner, which is a big lug is the name of it. Now I'm moving on to the gliders now. Once again, type in Chapter 2 Season 3. And we'll be able to have a look at all of the gliders, which will be pretty decent. I'm including all the gliders which are in the battle pass, and that's really it. I'm not going to include any of the like ones in the item shops or anything. I'm an idiot. I put chapter 2 season. Damn. But yeah, most of the gliders in this season are pretty cool. Like the Comet Crasher is probably my favourite, or if not my favourite. We'll just have to have a look at what all the gliders are. Actually, because we had to look at the battle pass, but we might as well have them. Oh, there you go. We have the Ohm. We have the Raven, which is pretty cool. Blade Raven, which is the tier 100 one. So you have the default, which is like grey and black. Then you have the Steel, which is like black, which is pretty solid. And there's the Golden, Golden would have to be my favourite, to be fair. Gold black just goes pretty cleanly. Then you have the Build Umbrella, which I haven't done yet. Then you have the Fishy Flyer, which has 3 edit styles. Am I going to switch back? So here's the default one, which we've seen in the Battle Pass. Then we have the Fishcorn Flyer, which is a kind of like a similar to like the Bright Bomber style, like all pink, and it has, instead of a unicorn, it has a cat with a unicorn. Then there's the Funk Fisher, which is just a fish. And then we move on to this glider. So there's the default style of it. Then there's going to be a Tropical, which is like a pinky blue. Looks pretty sweet, to be fair. And then there's also the Cove Classic, which is just a lot of different styles with a lot of different colours. There's Water Wings, which you have a default style, which is just default, to be fair. I'm pretty sure it's to do with the water that comes out the back. Then there's Stormy, which is like a camoed, water camoed glider. And then there's Deep, which is just like another bluey, but like a deep water blue, which is pretty sweet. And then there's a Wind Glider, which is here. Which is, what is it called? It is called, I don't know. I'll have to wait and have a look. Fortilla Flyer. There you go, Fortilla Flyer, which is just, it's not the best Wind Glider, but a Wind Glider is a Wind Glider at the end of the day. So if you manage to get a win this season or Victory Royale, you would have got yourself one of these ones. Oh, this bad boy. But yeah, so we're going to be moving on to what we're moving on to next, the contrails. So here we go. Have a look once again, Chapter 2, Season 3. Have a look at all the contrails. And yeah, make sure I didn't miss any, or there wasn't any extra ones we got given. But yeah, here we go. What are you doing? So yeah, they're cool. So yeah, they're just the ones that are in the Battle Pass. Cool. So I'm going to move on to the hub area in a second. Nice. I thought I might as well have a review of the hub area. So as you can see, we have the style challenges, which are here. You basically look at what you got to do for each style. For example, the Aquaman, Eternal Night, Sierra, and all that good stuff, which is pretty cool, to be fair. So yeah, so I'm just going to go around and just have a review of, the hub area, which is basically like where you look at all the stuff. So yeah, this is the punch cards, which essentially you can do these for each one for 14k XP. You have a lot of different ones like pistol limbs, revive teammates, RPG kills, get into tier 100, shaking enemies, thanking the bus driver and all that good stuff. And then there's a battle pass, as you've seen. And basically, you can have a look at all the battle pass from tier 1 to tier 100 and see what you can get, like reward wise, which is pretty goddamn cool. Then we have the map challenges, which are self-explanatory. You can basically, it shows you all the challenges you can do throughout the season, like the 10 weeks of seasons, and all like the special ones like the Aquaman challenges and all that good stuff. And it's quite a good way of doing it, to be fair, because it does actually show you where the challenges are. Say, for example, the ones I haven't done, like drive a car from Retail Road to Pleasant Park in less than 4 minutes. It will show you exactly where you got to go. Same with land at the yacht, which is pretty cool, to be fair. Some of the challenges can be quite confusing last season. So, and one of the last things is build umbrella, which I haven't finished building it yet. Which I'm just going to. That's what has been my build. To be fair, I might as well finish it off. Actually, I'll probably finish it off. I just haven't built it yet. I just kept going. Now I'll do it later. I'll do it later. I just haven't done it, so I might as well do it now, so I don't forget to do it before the end of the season. I'm probably not going to use my umbrella, to be fair, but I might as well. So topper, I'm going to keep it as that. I'm going to keep it as that. Spike, coolio. So that's the topper upgraded. I'm going to go down to the shaft, which that one's I'm definitely going to keep the same. Canopy, this is the one I'm not really too sure if I want to keep this one. Let's have a look. Don't want that. Nah. Yeah, this or that. I don't know, I reckon 6 or 7 would be my choice, to be fair. What am I going to go for? 6 or 7? 6 or 7? I'm going to go for 7, actually. 7 is exactly what I want. And my theme's black and red, as you can see. So I'm going to have the skull as a bottom, as a bottom cap. And then The trail effect colour is just going to be red because I like red and black. Red's my favourite colour. And then black's just good colour to go with it, to be fair. Now I'm going to move over to the topper colour. That's going to be red as well, most likely. Yep, I'm going to choose red on that one. Nice. Shaft colour is going to be... I'm going to switch it to black, actually. Probably black. Black or red. I'm probably going to go black, actually. I reckon black. Yep, black. Now I may change the bottom cap to red if possible. Canopy primary colour will be... I was thinking maybe orange. You can't really tell them the difference with orange. It just looks orange and black, to be fair. I'll go... I'll probably go... I'm probably going to choose red. Yeah, red. Might just stick with red. Stick with the red and black theme. Then we have the bottom cap colour, which I'm going to change to red. Yeah, that looks better. Cool. And then we have one more thing to upgrade. We'll finalise the upgrade, which is a canopy secondary colour. And I'll just looking to see if it does much. It doesn't really do much, to be fair. I'm just looking around. No, I'll probably just stick with basic. I was tempted to pick white or grey, but I'm probably just going to stick with basic black, to be fair. I know you can do custom colours, but I was like, no, just keep it a red and black theme. So yeah, that's my finished build umbrella, basically, which is pretty cool. I wonder if next season they'll do a pickaxe. I wonder. I reckon they may do, but we'll just have to wait and see for season 4. And there's one more section I haven't shown you guys yet, and that's the comic section, which is new, which I'm pretty sure they're trying to review or not review, reveal the season through these comics, which is quite cool because it's heavily Marvel themed. If people don't know, then essentially it's essentially Marvel themed. They've confirmed that it's something to do with Marvel. We don't know exactly what yet, but it is definitely Marvel themed. Like a hammer, the Thor's hammer has fallen near. I don't exactly know where it's fallen, but it's fallen and made a massive crater, and his hammer's there. So it's heavily suggested that it's going to be a Marvel season. I don't know if it'll be a full Marvel season or it'll be like, for example, like we got a Deadpool skin, like for a special skin, we got an Aquaman skin for this season. I don't know if it'll be like we'll get a Thor skin for the next one. I don't know, to be fair. We'll just have to see. But yeah, so yeah, this is pretty cool as a comic. I'm pretty sure they'll keep adding in new sections to the comic until the season comes out. So the last one will probably be on Wednesday, which will be pretty cool. But yeah, I thought I might as well show you guys that. And yeah. So in a minute, now I'm going to move on to the map. Now we're going to be looking at the map of Chapter 2 Season 3. As you can see, there's a few new places. You have Coral Castle, which is being recently added in. You have the Flotilla, Rickety Rig, Catty Corner. And obviously the Authority just basically was the agency, but changed to the Authority, which the map overall has been pretty good this season, to be fair. There's not really been many good. There's not really been many bad things. The water level's been lowering practically throughout the season. It was way higher up, so like a lot of the map was covered in water to start with. So it was pretty cool that every, I think like 7 to 14 days, I think, or there was a certain time period that the water levels would keep lowering and lowering and lowering. Now this is obviously what the season looks like, so I can't wait to see what they do with the map, or if they use this map or do a different map. They'll probably use this map, but just add a few new locations in. But yeah, overall, I just thought I might as well give my opinion on what I think of the map. There's a lot of obviously returning things like places: Sweaty Sands, Salty Springs, Holly Hedges, Slurpy Swamp, Weeping Woods, Lazy Lake, Misty Meadows, Retail Road, Dirty Docks, Steamy Stacks, Craggy Cliffs, and also at the top near Craggy Cliffs is also the yacht. But the yacht for some reason doesn't have a name this season. But overall, this map was pretty good. I'd say I prefer it more than the last map. Now I'm going to move on to ranking everything from best to worst. The first thing is going to be the skins. My favourite skin is Fade, then Jules, then Eternal Night, then Siona, then Aquaman, then Ocean, then Scuba Jonesy, then Kit. Now we're moving on to the pickaxes. Aquaman's Trident, Eon Blade, Reliant Blades, Wrenches, Vision Strikers, Tide Axes, Dive Knives, Power Claws. Now we're moving on to gliders. My favourites Convergence, then Comet Crasher, then Blade Raven, then Ohm, then Fortilla Flyer, then Water Wings, then Top Sail, then Star Strider, then Fishy Flyer. Now we're on to the contrails. My favourite is Night Flight, then Star Drop, then Waterfall, then Photon, then Sky Swimmers. Now we're moving on to the emotes. My favourite one would have to be Air Shredder, then Keyed Up, then Planetary Vibe, then Tippity Tap, then Flying Away, then So Square, then Stormy. Now we're on to the raps. My favourite rap would have to be Sigil Red, then Sionica, then Ocean Wave, then Industrious, then Undercurrent, then Meowstermind. My favourite music pack would have to be Banger, then Shark Rider, then Billy Listen. My favourite loading screen would have to be Beyond Zero, then Honor, then I Call Shotgun, then Get Fixed, then Sightseer, then Beyond the Waves, then From the Deep, then Skater Bit, then Lab, and finally Floatsburg. This is going to be the last part of the review, and in this part I'm going to be saying about the good points, the bad points, what I rate this season out of 10, and whether or not this is better than the last season. So let's start with the good points. So overall, I'd say I really enjoyed this battle pass. Like, all the skins I really enjoyed. There's only a few I didn't like. For example, Kit, I just didn't really like this skin, but I know a lot of people who do, or a lot of people do like to use that skin. Like, most of the stuff in the battle pass is good, like the wraps, the loading screens. The loading screens were absolutely awesome this season. Most of them, there's only like one or two I don't like, but most of the loading screens were pretty nice. So I know loading screens don't seem, some people may not see them as very important, but I just really like having, I always have random loading screen on, and I just like pop my favourite random loading screen. So there's going to be a lot of loading screens now from this season I'm going to be using from a long time. The music packs were a bit lackluster this season, but the ones we did get, except from the only one I didn't really like was Billy Listen, but the other ones I did. Emotes were quite cool. There are a few emotes that were like emotes from other seasons, but when we get into the bad point, I'll say which ones. The bosses, the mini bosses, were quite cool. The weapons weren't too broken, like for example the burst, the rechargeable chug jug and all that. Well, they weren't too broken. But there were a few broken weapons, but I'll get into that when I get to the bad points. Most of the new places I got added in, like the Fortilla, the rig and all that stuff. Coral Castle, the Authority, which I guess was the agency last season, but it's technically changed. And there's another one, Cat Corner as well. But yeah, now we're going to move on to the bad points. The bad points this season would have to be some of the weapons, once again, were pretty broken from the bosses. Like the drum gun's still pretty broken. The grapple hook's annoying to fight against. But it's not as broken as it was, but it's still annoying. The impulse grenade launcher, I don't actually know the name of it, but that thing is extremely broken. It's just, you can just send people out and just get height, or it's just very annoying to fight against, to be fair. The charged shotgun as well, even though I did like it at the start of the season, it is very broken. Like, you can literally 200 somebody in one hit with it, which is, I guess, fair enough, but it just can be quite annoying, especially when you say hit them 3 times or 4 times with a tac. And I found sometimes when I used the charged shotgun, like, I'd charge it and like let go, and it's just like, I'd shoot, press the trigger, and it wouldn't shoot. So, and also the sharks and marauders, even though they were quite cool, they can be quite annoying, especially if you're on a fight. Like, say you're on a fight with somebody, and then marauders just jump on you. They just don't have a care in the world, to be fair. But yeah, so let's move on to the whether or not I preferred this season over last season. To be fair, I did prefer this season over last season. There's a lot of good points. Like, as I said, some of the weapons were broken, but majority of the weapons weren't too bad. The only things that were a bit of an issue would have had to have been, obviously, the drum gun, grapple hook, the grenade launcher. And yeah, that's practically really it. Stink bombs can be a bit annoying, but you got them from marauders and you just get like hit by 30 stink bombs. But overall, I'd say this season was better than last season. And the review out of 10, I'd give it a 8 out of 10, solely because of what I've said. There are a few things they could definitely change. Like, if they remove the charged shotgun, the drum gun, the grenade launcher, grapple hook, and what else? Stick bombs and flare guns, and maybe even the marauders and sharks, I'd say this season would probably be like a 9, maybe 10 out of 10. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed this season. I can't really wait to see what they do next season, because obviously it's heavily rumoured that it's going to be a Marvel-themed season, or is a Marvel-themed season, but we'll just have to see how they decide to do it, whether or not the whole Battle Pass is going to be Marvel skins, or it's going to be like similar to these seasons, where you get like a skin from, for example, DC, which was this season, which was Aquaman, last season was Deadpool, or whether or not they decide to do that. Apparently there's been rumours floating around there may be 2 Battle Passes, but I highly doubt there'll be 2 Battle Passes, to be fair. But yeah, overall, this is my end. Overall, this season was a solid season. I really enjoyed it. But this is now going to be the end of my Chapter 2 Season 3 review. So, bring on Season 4.